Hi friends, today we're going to talk about trapezoids. Our learning target, I can use properties of trapezoids to find side lengths, diagonal lengths, and angle measures. You should already have all of your properties down on your sheet. So the first one here is about angle measures. This is a regular trapezoid. This is not a isosceles trapezoid. So we know that these two angles, S and R, are supplementary. They add up to 180. So R plus 65 is 180. And if we take 65 from both sides, we would get that the measure of angle R is equal to 115 degrees. Same type of problem for this one. Angle S and angle T are supplementary, so they will add up to 180. So angle S plus 92 is 180. Taking 92 from both sides, we would get that the measure of angle S is 88 degrees. All right, this one requires us to solve a little bit more complicated of an equation, but again, those two angles are going to add to 180 degrees. 11x plus 8 plus 95 is 180. 8 and 95 is 103. So 11x plus 103 is 180. Taking 103 from both sides, we'll get 11x is 77. And dividing by 11, x is going to be 7 in this case. We know this is an isosceles trapezoid because these tick marks show us that the legs are congruent. For an isosceles trapezoid, any upper base angle is supplementary to any lower base angle. So we can add these up to 180, 51 plus 28x, take away 11 is 180. 51 take away 11 is 40. 40 plus 28x is 180. Taking 40 from both sides, we'll get 28x is 140. And then dividing by 28, we would get that x is 5. Let's look at the diagonals. We know that the diagonals of an isosceles trapezoid are congruent. So here, KM is going to equal JL. And they're telling me KM is 22, so JL is also 22. Here, again, the diagonals are congruent. So DF equals GE or EG. EG and GE are the same thing. DF is 8.7, which means EG is also 8.7. This one, again, it's isosceles because we have those tick marks on the legs. So EC equals FD. EC is 20, and FD is 5x take away 10. If we add 10 to both sides, we'll get that 30 equals 5x. And dividing both sides by 5, we'll get that x is 6. All right, the mid-segment, you already should have this on your properties. But in a trapezoid, the midsegment is parallel to the bases, and the length of the midsegment is half of the sum of the length of the bases. We wrote this as AD plus BC divided by 2 equals XY. These two mean the same thing. And then also we have these parts of the legs congruent as well. So if we look here, we know VW plus UX divided by 2 gives us AB. So 9 plus 13 divided by 2 equals AB. 9 plus 13 is 22, and 22 divided by 10 is 11. I'm sorry, 22 divided by 2 is 11. Let's look at this one, same type of problem. We know QR plus PS divided by 2 is going to give us WV. So plugging in what we know, 5.5 plus 12.9 divided by 2 equals WV. 5.5 plus 12.9 is 18.4. And if we divide that by 2, we'll get 9.2. So WV is 9.2. This one, we're solving for the bottom. I'm going to call that X. We know that EF plus DG divided by 2 is going to give us ST. EF is 13. DG is what we're looking for. Dividing by 2 gives us 19. To solve this, we're going to multiply both sides by 2. On the left side, they go away. So we have 13 plus X is 38. And then taking 13 from both sides, we get X is 25. So get another one like that. Here we're looking for VY. Again, we'll just call that X. We know that WX plus VY divided by 2 is going to give us GH. So plugging in what we know, 4.4 plus X divided by 2 is going to give us 5.5. Solving this, we'll multiply both sides by 2. On the left side, the 2's cancel. So I have 4.4 plus X equals 11. And taking 4.4 from both sides, we'll get that X is 6.6. All right, this one's a little bit more complicated because we're going to have X's on both sides. Oh, no, we're not going to have X's on both sides. I'm sorry. Same type of problem, but now we're going to have X on the other side. So I know VU plus WT divided by 2 is going to give me MN. We know VU is 11. We know WT is 17. Divided by 2 equals negative X plus 21. If I look at the left side here, 11 plus 17 is 28. And 28 divided by 2 is 14. So 14 equals negative X plus 21. Taking 21 from both sides, we'll get negative 7 equals negative X. But I want positive X, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1, and I'll get that X is positive 7. Just remember for all of these that it's going to be helpful to write out the property before you start substituting in values. All right, one more here. We know that YX plus ZW divided by 2 gives me LK. So plugging in what we know, 23 plus 11X plus 2. That whole thing divided by 2 gives us 29. We're going to get rid of this 2 that's being divided, so I'll multiply both sides by 2. On the left side, the 2's go away, and I'm left with, actually I'm going to combine like terms while I'm at it. 23 plus 2 is 25. So 25 plus 11x equals 29 times 2 is 58. Taking 25 from both sides, I'll get that 11x is 33. And dividing by 11, I will get that x equals 3. All right, friends, that's it. Have a nice day.